Oh crap! I forgot to. Let me look at the script on my phone. I forgot to bring it up or print it out. Sorry. I knew what I meant. I just don't speak English sometimes. I appreciate that. Yeah, really. Oh man, I'm old.
You're still in your prime.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. Okay. All cameras are running.
Yeah, I usually went live in between the intro video and the intro.
Okay.
Not possible. If not, I'm fine with not doing a pregame. Okay.
We can do pregame.
I was gonna say I don't even have to be on camera either. We could just go off of your feed for intros and stuff.
Because I know that we're doing entrances.
Yeah, that's usually I would like kind of talk through entrances. Like when the boys were coming out, I'd be like, "Oh, Javon Johnson, 10 tackles last week."
We can do that.
Okay. Yeah, if you just want to just do the video on intros, and then I'll mute myself, go off, do the prayer, and then I'll just come right back on. That's the only thing I didn't know.
This broadcast is copyrighted by the American Arena League for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the consent of the American Arena League is prohibited.
West Banco Arena, and you can hear the motorcycles going in the background here. That can mean only one thing. Wheeling Miners football is about to begin here at West Banco Arena. Good evening and welcome inside the broadcast. I'm Chris Thoburn. Hudson Davis will be joining me later on. Because of all the success of the Wheeling Nailers, it has been a couple weeks since we have seen the Miners here inside of West Banco Arena. They are itching and ready to go here tonight as the Maryland War Eagles come to town to take on the Wheeling Miners. You might remember back in the 2024 season, the Miners had played host to the Maryland Eagles and to the Maryland Warriors. Those teams have now combined to make the Maryland War Eagles that we will see here tonight. The Miners coming in at 4-1 on the season, and the War Eagles coming in at 0-7, looking for their first victory of the season here tonight. As once again, you can hear the motorcycles out there on the field as the Miners and the younger kids coming out onto the field here from West Banco Arena. And I said, it's been a few weeks since we have seen this Wheeling Miners team. You're going to see a few new guys into the lineup here tonight, and it's going to start with linebacker number 10, Jack Perry, the 6'1", 215-pound linebacker out of Wheeling University, also making his season debut, wearing number 14, the veteran journeyman Jim Terry, into the lineup tonight for the Miners. Also, quarterback wide receiver Tylen Oden, who played at Rutgers University and also at Virginia State. He'll be in the lineup tonight wearing number 16. And then the three newcomers here, as we will have Malik Hargrove, who will be wearing number 21 here tonight. And then Joe McLam wearing number 77, also in the lineup here tonight. Next week, we will see Deshaun Johnson in the lineup. He was not able to go here tonight, but the 6'4", 330-pound offensive lineman out of William Patterson has joined the Miners for this season. As you see some of the intros now, Raymond Cutts coming back out. The first player you saw was Javon Johnson. Then you had Isaiah Robinson, Alex Coleman, and Andy Plowden. Sean McGee out there now. There's Charles Westbrook. Also J.T. Taylor, quarterback and defensive back out there for the Miners. There's Sean McGee, as we mentioned. Tuskegee product also out of the University of Georgia. There's Myron Mounds out of the University of Akron. Mentioned Jack Perry coming out now, the linebacker out of Wheeling University. Also played his high school ball locally at Buckeye Trail High School, just out there in Old Washington. So A.J. Bowen also in the lineup here tonight. There's Dio DeSois making his way out of Seton Hill University. There is Rainius Daramola. So Daramola, the former Columbus Lion. And there's the veteran that we talked about in Jim Terry, the veteran kicker. Over 20 years in indoor and arena football is the veteran wearing number 14 tonight, Jim Terry. That's Keller Papillon out of Teal College. Here's Tylen Oden. Out of Tylen Oden. Here comes Cam Dixon, well-known arena player. Won two championships in this very building. One with the West Virginia Rough Riders and the first season with the Wheeling Miners. I'd like to welcome in Hudson Davis now to the broadcast. Hudson had to do some jobs down there, but you're back out here now. And Hudson, it's been a couple weeks. I mentioned on the pregame show here, because of the success with the Wheeling Nailers, that this building was not available. It's been a couple weeks, but you can tell the Miners haven't missed a beat. They are ready to go here tonight against the War Eagles.
Oh, yeah, the Miners are definitely not going to stop their momentum. They've been playing great these last few games, and I'm sure they're excited to be back here in West Banco and ready to kick some butt.
Absolutely. There's Joe McLam. Then Daryl Clark. There's Daryl Clark, the signal caller. Daryl Clark, former Big Ten co-offensive player of the year out of Penn State University is Daryl Clark, and the veteran of arena football. And now it'll be time for our national anthem as we will turn it down to the field.
Oh, see, can you see God's early light? What so proudly we hailed, and the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red red, the bombs bursting, yet through the night, that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of free and the home of the brave?
Great job there by Eric Anderson from Tunnel Ridge. And Hudson, how appropriate is that tonight? Tunnel Ridge, one of our main sponsors, and also this Coal Miner Appreciation Night. And Eric Anderson, what a voice that he has. He's well known around the Ohio Valley, not only for the contributions that he has had with Tunnel Ridge, but just his great voice as well. So how fitting is that tonight to have Eric start our national anthem?
I'm pretty sure I recognize that voice. Was he at one of the Nailers games singing this?
He's been in a Nailers game.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Yeah, very big name around here then. Yeah.
Yeah, he is definitely very well known, and we appreciate Eric and his lovely family for all their dedication, not only to the Wheeling Miners, but everything, just all the energy and the coal mining industry, everything that they do for us on a daily basis. And that's what we're going to be honoring here tonight. And of course, the Miners are going to want to be honoring their home fans with the victory here tonight. Going to be a little difficult on these jerseys because we have gray versus white tonight.
Yep.
And the Maryland War Eagles also have the same colors as the Miners. So just bear with us tonight, folks, on numbers. Also, we were talking with Maryland a little bit in the beginning of the game. They have some numbers and stuff that don't quite match up. So once again, folks, just bear with us through this entire game here. We're going to have a few number changes as we go on here, but we are ready to roll the Maryland War Eagles and the Wheeling Miners. The Miners, once again, will be wearing the all-gray uniforms tonight. They do have the black pants. And then the War Eagles, they have the black helmets with the white jerseys and the white pants. The Miners, once again, coming off of a victory 62-6 over the Pittsburgh Outlaws just 2 weeks ago. So, Hudson, do you think there might be, do you feel the Miners might want to come out with a quick hit here for not playing for a few weeks? Or do you want to go on defense and see if your guys can make a big play?
Yeah, I think that they're, kind of suspecting that the War Eagles are going to be looking not as ready for this Miners offense. Obviously, them being off for 2 weeks, that's a big hit to any team, any sports team. Okay.
The War Eagles will win the toss. So the Miners will be going on defense here. However, this Miners defense, though, they have given up a touchdown on the first play to start every game here at home. They did against the Jersey Bearcats and also the Pittsburgh Outlaws. Now, when they were with the Pittsburgh Outlaws, that was the only time the Outlaws got on the board as the Miners defense really stamped down on that Pittsburgh Outlaws offense. Of course, you do have to say the Outlaws quarterback did go down with an injury, so you did bring in a young man with not a lot of experience at playing the quarterback position, but a great job by the Miners. They gave up that first touchdown and then right away just got right back into the game.
They stay solid, and that's what you like to see is a team that doesn't just rest on their laurels as soon as they take a hit. You know, they're ready to just come back up and ready to keep playing.
Set to kick off here for Wheeling. And Bowman back deep for the War Eagles. Going to get our first look at Malik Hargrove. Guilford College in the Greensboro, North Carolina area. Also has IFL experience with the Tulsa Oilers. So he is out there for his first action in a Miners uniform. The veteran Terry has this one teed up. And we are ready to go here from West Banco Arena. And Terry is one that he can put it through the uprights for a deuce too, but he's going to kick this one away. It'll be picked up by Bowman, who gets a few blocks. Bowman breaking to the outside, and getting the stop there is Jack Perry, seeing his first action out there in a Miners uniform.
And Bowman, a great return there. Able to get to just about half in the field length there. That's what you like to see on your special teams returns.
Ball will be on the far side hash mark of the 18-yard line. First down and 10 for the War Eagles, as they are going to send Kadeem Bailey out there as their starting quarterback. I've had the pleasure, I think this is the second time, maybe the third time that Kadeem has played in this building. He was a member of the Maryland Warriors. I was going back to the old team there, the Warriors there. Sorry about that, folks.
Very interesting team story right there.
So Maryland already has to burn their timeout as they weren't sure on the formation out there. So they got to burn their first timeout already. And like I said, the last two trips here for either Maryland team did not go the way that they wanted. The Miners a 65-0 victory over the Maryland Eagles. That was all the way back in 2024. And then the 84-7 drubbing that they gave the Maryland Warriors that year. So the War Eagles are definitely going to try to do, make the result a little bit better here tonight, but a tall task standing in front of them in this Miners team.
It's kind of like, a transformer, kind of building up two teams right there to take down the ultimate threat.
And one number that you might most noticeably be missing out there is two-time Defensive Player of the Year, Dante Mason, not in the lineup tonight for the Miners because he is playing up in the AF1 with the Albany Firebirds right now. So congratulations to Dante Mason. He has a championship in this building with the Wheeling Miners and also a championship with the Duluth Harbor Monsters, who are now in the AF1, original members of the Arena League. And now I think Maryland has the call that they want. I think it's a formation issue. So we'll see. Give you the defensive battery here for the Miners. On the outside, you have Sean McGee wearing number 8. Dio DeSwa in the middle, former Division II Defensive Player of the Year out of Seton Hill. And then over on the far side, Raymond Cutts, the Troy, Alabama product. And then your linebacking core, the Arena veteran in Cam Dixon. See who else we have in there. I think, is that Tyler Noden in the middle? No, that's Colton Ryan down there. I stand corrected. Then it's going to be offsides against the War Eagles as they didn't snap the ball. So we had a timeout and the full start before we even had the first play.
Yeah, the War Eagles not able to really, after that return, aren't able to keep that momentum maintained there. But, I mean, that's just some simple little mistakes that I'm sure will get fixed right here as we continue on into our second down here.
So first down and
Still first
15
down.
upcoming. Man goes in motion from Maryland. I think they were offsides again, and Raymond cuts, gets into the backfield right away, just blowing up his offensive lineman and into the backfield before Bailey was even able to get the ball in his hands.
Great play there by Raymond to just really rush up and pancake his opposing O-lineman there.
So a drive that started on the 17-yard line now moves the War Eagles all the way back to the 7. It'll be a second down and to route 2 for the War Eagles. Twins over to the far side. One receiver here to the near side. Well, there's your first mistake there. Bailey's coming in under center. And you have to have incredible O-linemen if you're coming in under center. And here comes Cam Dixon again. I don't think this sack is going to stand because I think we're going to have an illegal blitz or a delay of game call on Maryland. That came from the back judge. So that's still going to move Maryland back into the shadows of their own goalpost.
Yeah, I don't know if I like that formation call there from the War Eagles, just lining them up right under center after you know that the Miners have a very solid trench unit there. Let's see what Maryland can do here on this second down.
Second down upcoming. The sidecar in the backfield is Tyron DeCamp. There goes Bailey into the shotgun. I figured they were going to switch that up pretty quick. Bailey, the left-hander, it's picked off. Javon Johnson, and he will waltz his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Miners. Javon Johnson, the Wheeling University product, gets his first pick 6 of the season, and the Miners are on the board before even an offensive drive.
A great play there from Johnson to really just sit in his zone and wait for the offensive play to develop there. A great lurking ability. Really like that play.
So Jim Terry in to attempt the extra point. Now, Jim Terry can also do the drop kick, but you have Alex Coleman back there right now as the holder, so I don't think Terry's going to be attempting the drop kick. We saw him do it as a member of the High Point Wildcats back in 2019 against the West Virginia Rough Riders. His kick is going to go off to the left and no good. 2:23 to go here in the first quarter. A Javon Johnson pick 6 has the Miners on the board, 6-0 with 12:23 to go. You're listening to Wheeling Miners football. Sorry about that, folks. Welcome back inside West Banco Arena. A Javon Johnson pick 6 and a Jim Carey kick. And bringing it back here is KJ Bowman for Maryland, and he will be brought down at the 20-yard line. So very similar field position here for the War Eagles, Hudson.
Yeah, we will see what they will do with their field position now with hopefully we don't see as many formation issues here from them.
Yeah, I think that was one of the biggest things coming in, and it was one thing that I did notice a few of their games that I did find on YouTube. they like to come in under center, and I'm like, oh man, you better have an O-line if you're doing that.
It's like IHOP here for the Miners defensive linemen.
So Colton Ryan is in the middle. Raymond Cutts and McGee. So a very similar setup. It's just you have Ryan in there now instead of Dio DeSois. Here's a snap. Bailey able to get it down. Fires one over to the right. By having a blanket covered all over him was J.D. Crandall. Pass falls incomplete. Malik Hargrove making his presence felt.
Defense doing a very solid job at just staying on the men, and a great attempt there from the War Eagles trying to open up for potentially a run here on second down. Let's see what they can do.
Because you had two defensive backs that we lost over the past couple weeks. Devontae Tinsley no longer with the team, and then you had Dante Mason being called up to the AFL. So you only have three defensive backs out there for the Miners, and as you well know, it is way different in arena football than in outdoor. You really have to have experience, and the Miners hit a home run with going out and getting Malik Hargrove, who's going to be in on that tackle, but leading the charge for the Miners, Raymond Cutts and Cameron Dixon.
The Eagles there trying to go for that nice pitch out to the right. Unfortunately, these Miners are just really laying it heavy on the D-line here.
And I tell you what, Maryland does a great job. Their quarterback has an arm on him. I've seen Kadeem Bailey's arm, but that offensive line for Maryland is going to have to give him some time because the Miners are in the backfield as soon as that ball snapped.
Mm-hmm.
So there goes Bailey back in the shotgun. His running back is Danny McManus, who is off to the right. Here goes a man in motion. Bailey back to pass, looking towards the outside. It was a great pass, but in and out of the hands of Hunter Gruden. Falls incomplete. And on the coverage there was JT Taylor and Javon Johnson.
And the War Eagles, Keon Singleton was actually downfield there. He was open, but I think they decided to opt for the short pass there because it was more of a confirmed kind of pass there. Unfortunately, not able to convert.
We have an illegal formation. All right, so this will be fourth down as head coach Mott, or sorry, not head coach, defensive coordinator Coach Mott. Sorry about that. My apologies to head coach Chris McKinney. Chris and I were communicating through email and everything. Finally had the pleasure of meeting him before the game. We just haven't really had that opportunity yet because he's always coaching. Obviously has his Miners out to a 6-0 lead here. Coach Mott, as we mentioned, coaching down now at West Virginia Wesleyan College, his alma mater. Also has arena experience, and there's another delay of game coming from the back judge. And so the mountain gets even higher here for the War Eagles. Just a lot of mental mistakes here in the beginning. You can't do that against a team like the Miners.
So the Miners are going to just take advantage on defense, and they're just going to feel like they're in control here. But let's see what the War Eagles will do. Sorry.
Crandall is the man in motion. Here comes the pressure on Bailey. The pass is complete over to the far side to Hunter Gruden. But Javon Johnson said, hey, remember me? I was the one with the pick six. Now I'm the one putting you into the wall, and that'll be a turnover on downs. A fresh set of downs for the Miners.
Despite that turnover there, I do like Kadeem's ability to get the pass off before the sack. Especially after you already know that the Miners have such a great defensive presence on that line. It's hard being a quarterback to really just get out there and have fun and throw the ball.
And that was the other thing, too. On that play, what I saw is the declared tight end came out as a receiver, and Sean McGee just had a clear shot at Bailey.
Yeah, no blocking there.
So Westbrook is going to be your running back. He will line up behind the signal caller, Daryl Clark. Here on the near side, Alex Coleman, Isaiah Robinson. Cannot see the far side. Oh, that is Daramola. Rainius Daramola over on the far side. Here's Clark. Back to pass. Has Coleman wide open in the end zone. Touchdown, Miners. I talked to Alex Coleman before this game, and I said, hey, 3, I know you guys haven't been able to play for a few weeks, So make sure you get me a touchdown early. And I think Mr. Coleman just said, ask Mr. Broadcaster, and you will receive.
He was definitely rearing to go there, being the motion man. He got down there quick, just split. I think the War Eagles, were on a man defense there, and Coleman just absolutely blasted past him.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. AC Coleman and Daryl Clark, they hooked up a lot when they were members of the Havoc. So they've done this a long time, and they have arena experience. And Daryl Clark has his first passing touchdown of the night. And Jim Terry will split the uprights and good. So the Miners have only touched the ball twice, and both times they ended up in the end zone. And they lead with 8:21 to go in the first quarter, 13-0. You're listening to Wheeling Miners football. Welcome back in here. A Javon Johnson pick six, and then a 14-yard touchdown strike from Daryl Clark to Alex Coleman. Or how we have the difference in this one. 13-0 in favor of the Miners is Jim Terry set to kick off again. It's going to be fumbled on the play there by Gruden. He's able to get it back, makes a few nifty moves all the way back up to the 20-yard line. So the War Eagles, the only positive yardage they've been able to gain so far has been on the kick return here, but the Miners just all over the War Eagles right now.
Yeah, that special teams unit is doing a great job. Malik Hargrove I saw the first man down there, unfortunately missed the tackle, but they are just getting a really, really good special teams presence here.
I'm real curious to see if they are going to drop Javon Johnson back at all in defensive back, because that's your jack linebacker down there. But like I said, you only have tonight Hargrove, JT Taylor, and Myron Mounds, which those are bad men back there. But yeah, I mean, you always wouldn't hurt to have one other defensive back to potentially throw back there. I'm sure Isaiah Robinson or one of these receivers could do it too. Bailey gets some time, and Plowden knocked this one away. And JT Taylor was frustrated too, because in a battle of sixes, he was all over JD Crandall on that one.
And Chris, we were talking about it in that little intermission there. The DN just getting in, and Kadeem just no time to throw this ball. He's really got to get. I mean, they should be. The War Eagles should be looking for a lot of check down passes here.
Well, that's what I want to see when they come back out here, because if you're the War Eagles, you're going to have to put another O lineman back in the backfield there.
Yeah.
I mean, they have the running back right here. I mean, he's a big boy. Yeah, but I don't know. I think you almost have to move another O lineman back there if you're Maryland. Bailey back in the shotgun formation again, gets it out to the left side, releases this one. Unfortunately, a little bit too tall for the intended receiver, KJ Bowman.
And number 75, Rudy Mialis, dropped his man, unfortunately, and the Miners D lineman just getting in there again.
Dio DeSois now coming in there in the middle with Cuts and McGee on the. I mean, I would not want to line up next to those guys either. Hence, that's why I'm in the booth and I call football. I've never played football, but I do love the arena game. So McManus is going to be the sidecar off to the right here of Bailey. We have delay a game again against the War Eagles. I mean, the coach is kind of complaining down there, but at the same time, I mean, she holds her hand up. The back judge there. We had her here during the Rough Rider seasons too.
The War Eagles here.
There goes Bailey back to pass, and coming in there is Raymond Cuts, and is going to spin him down at the 1.5 yard line. He spun him all the way into the end zone, but it's from where the contact was made. So Cuts is already in there. So the ball will be down at the 2. Cuts' second sack of the night already. And Hudson, you talked about it, that speed of the D line. I mean, Maryland's not going to be able to get anything done unless they can get some blocking for Bailey.
No, it's players like Raymond Cuts that are just getting in there, and he doesn't even have to make any moves. He's just straight ahead.
So this will be a 4th down and long. Maryland's just going to go. I mean, if you're Maryland right now, I think you just have to send everybody on a fly route. I mean, you're pinned all the way back in your own end zone. Here goes Bailey. Just releases it out of nowhere, like I mentioned, but Javon Johnson all over that wide receiver and Keon Singleton. And picture-perfect timing, just separating man from ball there.
We're mentioning the D-line on the Miners doing a great job, but the secondary, despite not having Mason, still able to hold things down here tonight.
Yeah, what a great pickup that was by Coach McKinney to be able to go out and get somebody like Malik Hargrove, because you already have Myron Mounds, who has arena experience. You already have JT Taylor, who has arena experience. And if I think some Miners fans might forget, so this might be a good time to remind them that the last game of the season last year, JT Taylor was the starting quarterback in that game and got the victory for the Wheeling Miners, and is now out here playing some defensive back. Yeah.
Now look at him.
I think you might see Taylor line up in that quarterback position tonight. We'll see. Westbrook is behind his man in Clark. He's going to send Coleman in motion. Handoff goes to Westbrook, and he is going to be dropped just outside of the goal line. Joe McLam, big number 77, standing 6'3", 355 pounds, just took his defensive end, and Michael Ord him. And if you don't know that, go watch the movie Blindside.
Great one.
Almost all the way over the boards.
Yeah, the War Eagles still doing a great job at holding the line. But I wonder if the Miners are going to go with another run here.
Yeah, I think they're going to go to Westbrook. Westbrook has 1 rushing touchdown on the season. There goes Isaiah Robinson in motion. It's actually going to be a handoff to Robinson, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Miners. Isaiah Robinson, the Washington, Pennsylvania native, the Wash High Prexy, and the West Liberty Hilltopper finds his way into the end zone, and the Miners add to their lead 19-0. Hudson, we have a little bit of laundry down here on the field, so let's wait the call here from the White Hat. We'll get that call now from Mr. Official. So Isaiah Robinson, the guilty party on that one. I just think maybe they had a little bit of too much of a conversation there, and it wasn't just about grandmother's favorite recipe.
That was a great play there from the Miners. And I think what went wrong with the War Eagles there is they unfortunately bit on that initial handoff, and they thought they were going to send Robinson on the motion again, but no. He was ready for that sweep.
Jim Terry, the veteran, in to attempt the extra point. This will be out of the AC Coleman hold. It's a low snap, but Terry able to get it. He attempted the drop kick right there, which you were able to do, but unfortunately just wasn't able to get it down on the ground. So I think that's why we're going to have the flag here.
But that attempt, though.
Yeah, great attempt there.
Good blocking from the Miners.
And that's what I said about Jim Terry. I mean, he is a veteran of this game. He has been around for a very long time. Attempted the drop kick there, just unfortunately could not get the bounce that he needed.
Yeah, the War Eagles, a great way to adapt to that fake. Or sorry, it's not fake, drop kick there. Jeez.
But yeah, 3:19 to go here in the first quarter. We're going to head to the media timeout with the Miners leading 19-0. You're listening to Wheeling Miners football. 2 offensive drives and a pick 6. And the Miners have a 19-0 lead. Javon Johnson with the pick 6. Then you had the receiving touchdown from Alex Coleman from Daryl Clark. And then there, the rushing touchdown from Isaiah Robinson. As fielding this one is Bowman, bringing it upfield. And he is going to be upended on the play. I think McGee Mounds. And then you had Isaiah Robinson that just like came flying in out of nowhere
Like a
there at the
Superman
last
dive.
minute. Yeah. Changing one number on here for Maryland. KJ Bowman is wearing 0 tonight, not wearing number 3.
And Bowman, you get to see a little bit of his speed there.
See who's in the middle here. Jack Perry. Colton Ryan there in the middle. So we're going to get to see Jack Perry made the first stop of the game here on special teams. First year arena player out of Wheeling University. Will be playing the MAC position, or actually he's playing D end because you have Plowden and Javon Johnson. So Jack Perry, the Buckeye Trail, former Buckeye Trail Warrior, here on the outside. So we'll see what Mr. Perry can do here. Not a normal position for him. Oh, Perry actually dropped back into coverage and is able to make the big hit into the wall. So no gain on the play there. Jack Perry, his second stop of the season, making his presence felt already out there, Hunter.
Another great stop there from the Miners. The War Eagles are starting to catch a little bit of momentum here. I'm starting to see a couple deep routes that are actually getting left open. It's because the Miners are, so focused on trying to play with 3 defensive backs. It's hard to cover all that, especially the deep game because your linebacker can't go back there. So it's a lot to cover.
This will be a 2nd down and 10 for the War Eagles. They are on the Miners' 22-yard line as Bowman goes in motion. Quick hit here on the outside. Pass is complete. And then the linebacker combination of Javon Johnson and Andy Plowden making the stop there on J.D. Crandall. Crandall will get it up to the 18-yard line. It will bring up a 3rd down for the War Eagles.
And it is crunch time here for the War Eagles. They got just about 2 minutes left in this first quarter. It's going to be interesting. That was a nice little screenplay, though. I like the idea there.
Able to hit their man right out of the backfield in Crandall. Now Crandall going to line up in the wide receiver position. Trips here to the near side. Did not see Singleton lurking there. And he will be the motion man. And the snap just was botched from the start. And jumping back on top of that was Bailey. But the loss is going to be all the way back to the 24-yard line. It's going to bring up 4th down and 12 now for the War Eagles. So as soon as Maryland was able to get some momentum going, the bad snap.
Yeah, the turf monster kind of hit the ball there. And the Miners weren't able to get anybody into the backfield there, get anybody near that ball. So a good stop there from Maryland, even though they fumbled.
So they're going to send twins to the far side, one receiver here to the near side. As the back judge is counting, and there's the flag. I mean, like I said, she has been counting back there. The quarterback's got to be aware of that.
Yeah.
4th delay of the game already for the War Eagles.
And you can look down at their coach there. He's telling them to kind of pick up the pace a little bit.
So it's going to be the same formation. KJ Bowman will be in motion.
I think we're going to see Crandall deep here again.
And he's one-on-one with JT Taylor in a battle of 6s. Bailey has to pick it up and run, though, and he is going to be brought down by the linebacker. I believe that was Plowden. See the number. Oh, no, that was Javon Johnson. In on that stop there. We're going to go ahead and keep it right here as we only have 8 seconds remaining in the first quarter. The Miners leading 19-0 and just dominating the War Eagles right now.
I like that play from Javon there to really stay in the middle, kind of acting as a spy for the QB. I didn't think Did you think Kadeem was going to run there? I did not think he was going to run there. So.
No, I mean, he kind of bobbled the ball, and as soon as he bobbled the ball, that's where I kind of figured that he was going to try to pick it up and run. It definitely was not a design run, and that's going to go ahead and wrap up the first quarter of play. Your score, Miners 19, War Eagles 0. You're listening to Wheeling Miners Football. $19-0 in favor of the Miners as we're set to get underway here in the second quarter with Wheeling leading 19-0. Clark back to pass, looking down towards the end zone. He had Coleman. It split the defenders back there. Coleman just unable to lay out for that one, but a great pass by Clark, just a little bit out of the reach there of AC Coleman.
I like that play there, that attempt to go deep. The War Eagles, though, I think it looked like they got split up there on that route. Unfortunately, just an incomplete pass there. Just couldn't get it right there, but
yeah, great play down there for the Miners. Daramola is the near side receiver in this trips formation. Tylen Odin getting our first look at him, the 6'5" wide receiver / quarterback. Played at Rutgers and Virginia State. Here goes, check that. That's Carter. He's going to carry the ball, and in a battle of twos will be brought down there. I don't have a 2 on the roster for Maryland. I do apologize, folks. But nonetheless, it was 2-on-2 there as Clark on the rush gets it up to the War Eagles 18-yard line, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and 4 for the Miners.
I was trying to see who ran that. That was a very nice, post route.
That was Odin.
That was Odin. Yeah.
That was Odin that had the, like I said, converted quarterback.
Big guy.
Yeah, 6'5". Played at 2 very good programs in Rutgers and at Virginia State. Stack formation here on the near side. Here's the pitch out to Westbrook. Westbrook gets some room. He needed the 14. Did he get it? He sure did. He got to the 12, and that'll be a 1st down for the Miners.
I like that running attempt there. They had some great blocking from that stacked wide receiver duo over there on the outside. Unfortunately, couldn't really get the inside blockers there, but still a nice, really solid gain there.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I mean, in arena football, anytime you could get a gain, I mean, it's a good thing because it is so hard to run the ball in this game. So McLam is on the outside with Justin Nelson in the guard position. Caden Berger in the middle, the Elmhurst University product. Clark coming in under center, has Westbrook, the sidecar to his left. And we will have a delay of game against the Miners. So now the Miners are the victim of the delay of game back there. That'll move the ball back to the War Eagle 18. We'll try this one again. It'll be 2nd down and 15. Far side receiver is Daramola. Odin and Coleman here on the near side. Clark coming in under center with Westbrook, the sidecar off to his left. There goes AC in motion. Here's the snap from Clark. Back to pass. Looking towards the end zone. It's going to be knocked away there. Defensive back Frank Sneed knocking that one away. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and 15 for the Miners.
And the Miners going for another deep attempt there. Sneed and his other defensive backs, though, doing a great job at covering every possible attempt there. As you saw the Miner go across, you saw Sneed make a great jump as soon as he cut, and just a perfect read on that route.
Trips over to the far side. Odin, Coleman, and Daramola. Sidecar. Clark back to pass, looking over. He has Daramola. Daramola tries to make a move at the 10, leans backwards, still on his feet, and they're going to call him down. See where they're going to mark this one. It'll be at the 11. So a short gain on the play. The Miners have to get to the 4-yard line. They are on the 11. So a 4th down coming up for Wheeling. And that's one thing, though, that Clark's going to have to notice. You don't necessarily need the touchdown here. You just got to get to that 4-yard line.
Exactly. And I think that's why Clark ended up going with that shorter pass there.
Here comes Clark back in under center. Odin is going to be your motion man. Clark gets plenty of blocking. Looking toward the end zone, was looking for the 6'3" Daramola. And I think he threw that ball about 6'10", and it's incomplete. And for the first time here tonight, the War Eagles make a stop.
Yeah, the War Eagles doing a great job of getting some pressure there on Clark. And unfortunately, the Miners could not complete. The Eagles not seeing a lot of deep line pressure, but it's good to pick up there, especially on that 4th down.
So it'll be a 1st down and 10 for the War Eagles. 10:38 remaining here in the second quarter. The Miners leading 19-0. War Eagles' 4th drive of the game. They threw the pick 6 to begin this game, and then we had back-to-back 4 and outs, I guess, if you will. So the War Eagles still even looking for their first down in this game. Twins here to the far side. One receiver over to the near side. Bailey sends his man in motion. How was that not offsides? But the pass is complete. It's only going to be a gain of a yard, so I'm not going to complain a whole lot. But when everybody moves but the ball, that normally means, or I'm sorry, not offsides, that normally means a false start. But I stand corrected. Malik Hargrove making the stop there. Brings up 2nd down and 9. This will be from the War Eagle 12-yard line after a gain of 1. Dixon is the MAC here, able to get back through. The ball will be knocked down. We're going to have a flag on the play. I'm real interested. Yeah, I don't know. This one should not. I think they're going to say the MAC didn't declare, but Cam Dixon declared.
That's what I was literally just about to bring up there.
I have a feeling they're picking this flag up because they said it was an illegal defense.
No, he stayed back.
No, he didn't stay back. He declared he was the MAC.
Oh.
Yeah, the Jack has to stay back. But there we go. I was going to say, I saw Dixon raise his hand 3 times. There comes the pressure, and Bailey is going to be picked off by Malik Hargrove. And we have our second pick 6 of the night. Malik Hargrove picking this one off of Bailey. Touchdown, Miners.
And the Miners, again, with that relentless pressure. And the War Eagles trying to go for a couple of curling routes there. Unfortunately, Bailey just did not read when his receiver was going to come back. And that is why that ball was behind.
Jim Terry in to attempt the extra point. 2 for 3 on the night is Mr. Terry. Or no, I'm sorry, 1 for 3. I forgot we had the botched snap. So technically 1 for 2. And then he attempted the drop kick, which unfortunately it goes into the stat sheet, as much as I hate to see that, because it was an incredible opportunity or incredible try there.
It was. This
snap's a good one. And this one, however, is going to be blocked as Jim Terry tries to slide down on it. And it's still loose. and it will be picked up there. So Jim Terry's kick is blocked, but the Miners still a 25-0 lead. We have 8:54 to go in the second quarter. You're listening to Wheeling Miners football. And welcome back inside West Banco Arena. The Miners just keeping their relentless assault going right now as they lead the War Eagles 25-0. Set to kick off here, Jim Terry. And he will boot it down the field. And this one will go out of bounds. I thought a War Eagle touched it. Yeah, they are going to say it went out of bounds. I apologize. I thought the War Eagles touched it first.
Jim Terry, a great kicker, able to just put it wherever he wants it each time. And that's a single blemish there that we see. So I'm sure he'll recover.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, arena veteran is Jim Terry. This will be played at I think it was Long Beach Community College, or no, Long Beach City College was where he played his college ball. I think I got all that right. Twins over to the far side, one receiver here to the near side for the War Eagles. Kadeem Bailey just having a rough night back there at quarterback. He's been sacked 2 times and 2 pick sixes.
And again, he's lining up. Oh, no, that's sorry.
Yeah, he's in the shotgun there. Bailey, though, with some time, able to pump fake twice. Nobody was open. That was a great choice there by Bailey. He had some time, but having a blanket all over his receiver is Myron Mounds. So Bailey tried to tuck it and run. No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd down and 10. I mean, you just have to feel for Kadeem Bailey right now.
I know. He's just running all around there, and he's making the most of these runs. I'll say that. He's able to get downfield.
2nd down and 10. Cuts, McGee, and Dessois down there on the D line. No thank you if I'm an offensive lineman. There's another fumble. This time, though, that one was on Bailey. I think he felt the pressure coming there from Sean McGee. Just fumbled the football, then jumped right back on top of it.
Yeah, definitely starting to feel the pressure, even more so from the Miners onslaught. And if you're the War Eagles here, about 7 minutes left in the second quarter, you are definitely looking to get maybe at least two possession touchdowns here.
Yeah, I mean, but this Miners defense
doing a great job at locking them down.
And you and I were talking off the mic about it. It's the pressure from up front that is allowing these defensive backs to make these types of plays.
Yeah, they're having fun. They're playing free.
Dixon is the MAC. And guess what? We got another delay of game. I think that's 5 now against the War Eagles, 1 against the Miners. So 3rd down upcoming here for the War Eagles as the ball's going to be moved all the way back to their 8. Original line of scrimmage is at the 20, so they got to get to the Miners 20. Taylor, though, is dropping all the way back. They're going to lighten up a little bit on the coverage. Flag on the play, but I'm not sure which side this is going to go against. because the Miners have been extremely fast in the backfield all night. That's going to be a false start. So I think the Miners are going to decline this one, I'm sure, to bring up a 4th down.
Yeah.
From the War Eagle. This will be at about the War Eagle 2. Pretty sure the Miners will decline this one. Oh.
Offsides.
So, I mean, I have a stupid question.
What?
How could there be an offsides and a false start? Well, in this league, if you do have the receiver in motion, maybe the receiver in motion. Okay.
That's what counts. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, how do you have an offsides and a false start? I thought it had to be one or the other, but I forgot about the forward motion of the receiver. Don't I feel silly? Man goes in motion here as we're going to retry 3rd down. Bailey trying to scramble all over the place and give him the hat trick on the night because Raymond Cuts and Cam Dixon just picked up, Cuts just picked up his 3rd sack of the night with the help of Dixon.
Yeah, just like, I mean, they're just looking like some ferocious dogs out there, and Bailey is unfortunately the stake. They'll just keep going, and they're going to keep with these blitz.
So I have a story real quick about Cam Dixon. I mean, this is a guy that hadn't played arena football since 2019. The very first play in 2024, he tears his Achilles tendon. So misses all of that season, misses all of this season, or this past season, and now he's back out there making plays for the Miners. That's just a story of That's a story of perseverance right there. We got to delay a game again. Shocker. All right, so the 6th delay a game. See, I like her. I think she's one of the first officials that has really stuck with this delay a game.
Yeah, she's staying solid with it.
That first game, I felt like there was a few times Jersey had about a minute and 30 seconds, not 25 or 30. Well, I don't even know the rules in this league yet. Man goes in motion. They're going to have to snap it quick, and they do. Here's the pitch forward. Yeah, I was going to say that. I don't think that made it back to the line of scrimmage. Yeah, I'm real anxious to hear the call on this one because I don't think that was a legal pass.
Yeah, that was all forward.
Oh.
Legal defense.
So the jack. Okay. I see why it was called, but I don't know. That ball came out so quick that how would the linebacker even have time to get outside of that 5-yard box? I digress. It's 25-0 right now with 5 minutes to go in the second.
Not a time for questions.
No. I mean, like I said, I am all respectful for the officials, but I was like, I don't think a jack could come out of the box that quick. But anyway, 4th down upcoming after all that. Ball is on the 7-yard line for Maryland. And Bailey's going to have to get rid of this one, and he does, but he throws it away because coming in for his 4th sack there and only had death on his line was Raymond Cuts.
I mean, this Miners D-line is so fast off the snap. It's like the War Eagles just have no time to even set anything up, and that you talked about it. That is what it's helping the entirety of the Miners defense because they're just kind of they're more welcome to just sit back.
Well, and that's what
you have your front men able to take a run like that.
And that's the thing, like with Maryland, like with these O linemen. I mean, it's essentially one-on-one. You cannot stunt in this league. You can't blitz from the outside in this league. It's just straight on. So you would think, that one-on-one, just battling it out there, that you would be okay.
And you think it would favor the War Eagles here. They have a couple of very big linemen down there.
So Clark coming back in under center. Man goes in motion. That's Coleman coming across the middle. Coleman wasn't there. Clark wants to tuck it and run, but I think this one's coming back. I think you're actually going to have holding on both sides. I think Justin Nelson's going to be the guilty party here.
Yeah, I saw at least one hold there.
And then I think for the War Eagles, it's going to be Frank Sneed. So I'll see what the officials make the call here. Because there was a clear holding in the end zone, but then there was also a clear holding on the offensive line. Officials coming together on this one with 4:13 to go in the second quarter. Here comes the call from the White Hat.
Offense number 57. And you got coming into the previous spot. The other foul is against Wheeling. We're running into the umpire.
Oh, I've honestly never heard that called before. Okay.
They declined it.
Well,
I wonder what.
Well, because you had, okay, so we need to go back here. Both penalties were actually on Wheeling. So what I thought was a hold was actually the Miners wide receiver running into the back judge or to the umpire there. So that's what that penalty was. That is a no-no in this league. You actually have to get out of the way of the officials. But you had the holding call. So both calls were against the Miners, and the other penalty only would have been a 5. This was a 10. So the pass is complete to Odin, who's going to dive forward. I can't see the other stick right now. Oh, this is second down and goal. That's right. Okay. So, go ahead.
Sorry. The Miners doing a great job, like I say, on their route running, able to just really expose some of those War Eagles on those man coverages. And, I mean, I don't know if you saw there, you had 3 War Eagles basically just sitting back, waiting for the pass that was not even that wasn't going to come in their way.
Yeah. Clark coming back
play
in
up on them.
Under center. Here comes the pitch out to Coleman, who just grabbed it with one hand, and Coleman's going to be brought down. Eyeing that one the entire way was Danny Thomas. Or check that. I apologize. That was Frank Sneed.
Did Coleman get hit with the turf monster there?
Nah, he definitely got taken down.
It looked like he just slipped.
Nah, he was trying to cut forward, but yeah, 2 defenders in the vicinity there. But yeah, I do apologize, folks. Going back a few plays later, both calls were against the Miners, and what I thought was going to be a holding call against Maryland was actually the Miner running into the official. So I do apologize. And that is why the War Eagles declined that penalty and then accepted the holding call, which brings us now to third down and goal from the 7-yard line for Wheeling. Here's the snap. It's going to be a keeper play by Clark, who spins off some defenders and runs over a War Eagle just for a little bit of leverage. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Miners. So Daryl Clark there, Hudson, just what a spin move. Lowers the shoulder and gets into the end zone. What a play.
Yeah, the defense was not able to cover the inside there. That was a great pitch to Clark, and just to run straight up right for the touchdown, and a great spin move too.
So
a lot of finesse.
Yeah, absolutely. Not bad for a 41-year-old. Jim Terry in to attempt the extra point. This is a good snap, and Terry this time is able to get the kick up and good. Now, Jim Terry hadn't played for a little while, so just having to get that foot back underneath you. Because remember, in arena, it's not all about the distance. You got to get the height up there, and that's what you saw from Mr. Terry. 32-0 in favor of the Miners. You're listening to Wheeling Miners football. And we're back here at West Banco Arena, 1:44 before we hit the half. It's all Miners in this one. Chris Thoburn alongside of Hudson Davis. Miners leading 32-0. I would love to see Jim Terry try for a deuce here, but he's lined up back there. So let's see if Mr. Terry wants to try to do it. Yep. He's going to put this one. He wants this one to be returned. And it'll be returned there by the normal returner, and Bowman, who takes a flight and then lands down on the ground, courtesy of, I'll give you another guess, Raymond Cuts.
And I don't know if you saw Cuts there, but before he even got to the returner, he had to explode through another man there. Just coming downfield with so much force there, and a great way to lock on to the War Eagles return.
This will be a first down and 10 for the War Eagles. They'll have 138 to try to eliminate the goose egg on the side of the scoreboard. Coach Mott, Coach McKinney just bringing the hammer down here on both defense and offense. Bailey with 2 interceptions tonight. Javon Johnson has one of them returned for a pick 6. Bailey is going to get this one off, but barely. Throws it over to the right side. Pass is complete. And shedding the tackler over there on the far side was J.D. Crandall. 3rd reception of the night there for Crandall. He's been one of the bright spots out there for Maryland, and they are now 1 yard away from getting their first down of the game here. But we will have the 1-minute warning. We're going to go ahead and keep it right here, though. But Hudson, I mean, now you're seeing a few things out of Crandall and Bailey. When they are able to get room, which doesn't happen very often, they're able to get those quick passes off.
A lot of quick passes and a lot of speed coming from Crandall, too. I also want to mention JJ on that play. He made a fantastic read. He knew that was going straight to Crandall. Unfortunately, he just did not have the speed to get there in time. But a lot of great reads coming from this Miners defense. It's not just their D linemen doing all the work.
No, absolutely not. Doing a fantastic job out there. And then you had it where, like you mentioned, JJ was just a step, I don't even want to say slow, just a step on the wrong angle there. And Crandall was able to turn it upfield. But right there, you had Myron Mounds and JT Taylor that were right in the vicinity. And I did say it, Isaiah Robinson playing some defensive back now, normally a wide receiver. I kind of figured they were going to give somebody a break down there, and that's Malik Hargrove is going to take the first break down there in the defensive back position. He already has a pick 6 on the night. Your Mac is Cam Dixon. Your Jack is Javon Johnson. Bailey, get some time. Whoa, launch this one all the way into no man's land. I don't know if that was the pressure that got to Bailey on that one, or if he was just trying to hit his man all the way downfield and his man just stopped on the route.
No, the D linemen were definitely in there. And number, I believe, JT Taylor did a great job there. Oh, wait, no, sorry, that was not JT Taylor.
That was Sean McGee that you're looking at.
Yep.
Yeah, McGee got in there. Now that I think they're going to, Myron Mound still is back there in the defensive back position. Isaiah Robinson's here on the near side. Now, Robinson's one, if he gets an interception here, he is very dangerous to return it. Bailey with an absolute missile. I got a feel for this young man because that hit Keon Singleton right in the hand, and the ball popped out.
It just goes to show you, whenever you can disrupt and get behind that line, it really messes with a team. And I'll say this, though. Bailey doing a great job keeping us cool.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, but that's what I mean. Like, some of these passes that have been dropped, I cannot fault him tonight.
Yeah.
They were open. Official is counting. They were able to get this one off. Bailey goes to the outside, and making the first down grab was Keon Singleton. It was thrown well behind him, but Singleton just adjusting. It somehow came up with that catch. First down for the War Eagles. That's their first down of the game.
Yeah, fantastic diving catch there from Singleton. And again, the reason it was a little off center is because Bailey was pressured. These Miners just know their way around this War Eagles O-line.
So Colton Ryan comes in the middle now to add a little bit more speed into the middle. You had Deswa in there that was trying to make sure that nothing came up the middle. 29.6 seconds to go, 32-0. Favor of the Miners. With this limited time back, we're going to go ahead and keep it right here. And we will send it back here at the half. But we were talking about that last catch by Singleton. What an adjustment by him. And just able to, he kind of almost had to dive backwards, was very knowledgeable where the sticks were, and was able to catch that for that first down.
Yeah, it wasn't just a horizontal dive there. He had to account to go behind and to take the first down as well. So great play. I want to know what the War Eagles are thinking on this play here. Are they going to try to go for another quick pass?
I think you have to if you're the War Eagles. I don't think a downfield pass is an option right now because I just don't think they're going to have the time.
No,
because of this defense here, especially the guys like Ryan, McGee, and Cutts out there right now. Here's that quick pitch that Hudson mentioned, and he is brought down there by Javon Johnson. And Maryland's going to burn their final timeout as the game goes up to the 22-yard line. And now Wheeling, trying to see if they'll make another adjustment.
And Singleton there, another great pickup. He's getting some good rack. I like him. I like Singleton.
I'm anxious to see who Coach Mott wants down on the defensive line here because you have all four in there in the huddle right now. They brought Dessois back in. They're going to go with Dessois. Oh, wow. They're going with Dessois on the outside, Colton Ryan in the middle, and then McGee on the outside. All right, we're really switching this up now. I like this. Let's see how this plays out here on defense for the Miners. It's a low snap. Bailey's rolling out to his left, and McGee is going to get the sack back to the original line of scrimmage. Cam Brown, or check that, Cam Dixon, I apologize. I don't know why we're stopping the clock here. Unless he went right into the boards. Oh, Wheeling took that timeout. All right, so the Miners take a 30-second timeout there. Like I said, with it being the end of the quarter, we'll go ahead and keep it right here, and we'll send it back at the end of the half. Yeah, I was kind of surprised the Miners wanted to take a timeout, but the way the defense has been playing with 2 pick sixes, I don't blame Coach McKinney.
And when you have a versatile team that can play both offense and defense, it's kind of like having a little Deion Sanders out there.
Now, Cutts looks like he might have been a little bit shaken up on that last play, but I think he's coming out.
And I want to, again, the Miners, just a great way to anticipate the run from Bailey there.
So you're going to have McGee, Ryan, and Dessois. Now, Dessois did play some defensive end, too. But I was just kind of surprised to see both of those guys out there at the same time. Here comes, holy goodness, an interception by Javon Johnson and another pick six. And that is exactly why Coach Mott want that timeout. Javon Johnson, second pick six of the night, 38-0 in favor of the Miners. But we will have an extra point pending here from Jim Terry.
Just so many ball hawks on this Miners team. And again, the Miners doing a great job on that play to force Bailey to throw to something he didn't want to throw.
And here's the thing, that pressure, that's where the oh my goodness came out, was McGee went in untouched and just absolutely annihilated Bailey on that one.
Yeah, the Miners just super quick on the draw. And also a nice turnaround pick there from JJ. He's got a little highlight reel out here in just this game, just in this first half.
I'll tell you what, I think JJ might go over to Coach McKinney and be like, hey, can I play a little receiver too? I mean, I have 2 pick sixes tonight. I wouldn't mind getting one on offense too. So they're going to set up for the 2-point conversion. Some flags on the play. Only Maryland had enough guys out there.
Yeah, they only got.
Yeah, I was going to say.
6?
Yeah, well, they only had 6 at one point.
That's the defense for intentionally taking the ball.
I haven't seen that penalty in a while. To be honest, I think that's one of the first times that I've seen a false start from the receiver and then the offsides.
Yeah.
That was a first for me.
Some very interesting calls. We also had the bumping the Empire as well.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I knew that rule, but I forgot all about it. Because the man in motion, it's going to be Daramola, and he has the 2-point conversion for now. But we got a holding against the Miners. So now this one's coming back, and we're going to try it again.
That was a great sweep there from the Miners. Baiting.
So the guilty party on that one was Joe McLam. So we'll see if the Miners decide to go for 2 again, or if they're going to bring Jim Terry back out.
The War Eagles there got just completely caught off guard. The Miners doing a great job at loading up that left side. Make it seem like they're going that way. The Miners doing a great job at flipping.
Daramola coming from that powerhouse program in Mary Hardin Baylor. Few times they won the Division III national championship. Clark pump fakes, looking for Robinson, who is open there. Pass falls incomplete. 2-point conversion is no good. We have 1 second left. So we're going to keep it here for the kickoff. And then we will head it back. But I was talking about Rainius Daramola. Played last season with the Columbus Lions, has experience. And then that Mary Hardin Baylor program, I mean, just a absolute juggernaut. And I mean, Mary Hardin Baylor and the Division III football championships, those are always a common name. Like, you get your Mount Unions, your North Centrals, and you know Mary Hardin Baylor is also going to be mentioned in there.
For sure. And a great defensive play there from the War Eagles. They did get kind of caught. It looked like between 2 safeties there, kind of not knowing who to go to, but unfortunately the incomplete pass from Daryl Clark, the War Eagles just didn't even have to worry about their secondary getting blown up.
Yeah, I think that was Snead again, I think was the one that was in the vicinity there. And Snead's had himself a good game back there. He had the knockdown that would have been a for sure touchdown to Alex Coleman. Was able to knock that one away. So here comes the kick here from Jim Terry. I mean, hey, 8 seconds to go. They did put some time back on the clock. But 8 seconds to go here. Maybe Mr. Terry might try to attempt that deuce. It will be returned here. Bring this one back. Is Coleman. He's going to be introduced to the wall, or Bowman, excuse me. And he's going to be introduced to the wall there. Raymond Cutts, probably his 8th tackle of the night here. Cutts has been all over the place here tonight. 2.2 seconds to go. Now, remember, Maryland can't just kneel this one out, because in arena football, you have to have positive yardage to keep the clock going. So we'll see exactly what Maryland tries to do here.
You think Maryland's finally going to try to go deep here if they have the chance?
Honestly, if I'm Bailey, I'm probably just chucking this ball all the way downfield. And then you might have to play defense after that and almost treat it like a punt, if you will, since there's no punting in arena. Just try to launch it down there. That was one thing that somebody did that to the Miners last year, and the Miners were smart not to go for the interception because they were trying to treat it like a punt. They just let the ball fall, and they got the ball on like their own 5-yard line. It was brilliant play by the Miners.
Yeah, for sure.
There goes a man in motion. That's going to be Crandall. Coming to the outside is Cutts. Does he have it? Yes, he does. Give Cutts 9 tackles, give him 4 sacks on the night, and then we're going to send this one to the break at the half with the Miners leading 38-0. You're listening to Wheeling Miners Football.
You have ambitions, and RE/MAX Commercial could help you achieve them. As part of the trusted RE/MAX brand, we know what it takes to build a lasting business. For you, that might mean office space, a retail property, or undeveloped land anywhere in the world. For us, there's no such thing as too specialized or too far. So whatever your portfolio needs, our brokers have solutions to satisfy. RE/MAX Commercial. Expand with expertise.
When it's time for your next step, before the sign goes in the yard, You need a partner you can trust. An agent who listens first, then leads with expertise, who knows the neighborhoods, and has the connections. A RE/MAX agent makes your home stand out. With listings built to stop the scroll. On social media, they create engaging posts and video content, inspiring the next homeowner to take a closer look. And with a presence in more than 100 countries and territories, RE/MAX agents have access to more buyers in more places. From guided showings to pricing and negotiation, a RE/MAX agent brings care and skill to everything they do. So when it's time to sell, trust your home to a RE/MAX agent.
Every team has a routine. The game day grind, the travel, the details that keep everything running smooth. And when it comes to staying clean, there's only one place this crew trusts. This is Wash Right Car Wash, the car wash the Miners use. From the players up front to the mascot in the back, this van has seen it all. Road dust, rain, mud, late nights, long drives. Wash Right handles it every time. With powerful cleaning, spot-free finishes, and a shine that shows up whether it's game day or a travel day. No shortcuts, no missed spots, just a clean ride that's ready for the next stop. Because when you represent a team, you represent a city. And showing up clean matters. Wash Right is fast, reliable, built for everyday drivers, and trusted by the Miners. When the Miners need their ride game ready, they roll through Wash Right. You should too. Wash Right Car Wash. Use the car wash the Miners use.
You have ambitions, and RE/MAX Commercial could help you achieve them. As part of the trusted RE/MAX brand, we know what it takes to build a lasting business. For you, that might mean office space, a retail property, or undeveloped land anywhere in the world. For us, there's no such thing as too specialized or too far. So whatever your portfolio needs, our brokers have solutions to satisfy. RE/MAX Commercial. Expand with expertise.
When it's time for your next step, before the sign goes in the yard, you need a partner you can trust. An agent who listens first, then leads with expertise, who knows the neighborhoods, and has the connections. A RE/MAX agent makes your home stand out. With listings built to stop the scroll. On social media, they create engaging posts and video content, inspiring the next homeowner to take a closer look. And with a presence in more than 100 countries and territories, RE/MAX agents have access to more buyers in more places. From guided showings to pricing and negotiation, a RE/MAX agent brings care and skill to everything they do. So when it's time to sell, trust your home to a RE/MAX agent.
Every team has a routine. The game day grind, the travel,
the details that keep everything running smooth. And when it comes to staying clean, there's only one place this crew trusts. This is Wash Right Car Wash, the car wash the Miners use. From the players up front to the mascot in the back, this van has seen it all. Road dust, rain, mud, late nights, long drives. Wash Right handles it every time. With powerful cleaning, spot-free finishes, and a shine that shows up whether it's game day or a travel day. No shortcuts, no missed spots, just a clean ride that's ready for the next stop. Because when you represent a team, you represent a city. And showing up clean matters. Wash Right is fast, reliable, built for everyday drivers, and trusted by the Miners. When the Miners need their ride game ready, they roll through Wash Right. You should too. Wash Right Car Wash. Use the car wash the Miners use.
You have ambitions, and RE/MAX Commercial could help you achieve them. As part of the trusted RE/MAX brand, we know what it takes to build a lasting business. For you, that might mean office space, a retail property, or undeveloped land anywhere in the world. For us, there's no such thing as too specialized or too far. So whatever your portfolio needs, our brokers have solutions to satisfy. RE/MAX Commercial. Expand with expertise.
When it's time for your next step, before the sign goes in the yard, you need a partner you can trust. An agent who listens first, then leads with expertise, who knows the neighborhoods, and has the connections. A RE/MAX agent makes your home stand out. With listings built to stop the scroll. On social media, they create engaging posts and video content, inspiring the next homeowner to take a closer look. And with a presence in more than 100 countries and territories, RE/MAX agents have access to more buyers in more places. From guided showings to pricing and negotiation, a RE/MAX agent brings care and skill to everything they do. So when it's time to sell, trust your home to a RE/MAX agent.
Every team has a routine. The game day grind, the travel, the details that keep everything running smooth. And when it comes to staying clean, there's only one place this crew trusts. This is Wash Right Car Wash, the car wash the Miners use. From the players up front to the mascot in the back, this van has seen it all. Road dust, rain, mud, late nights, long drives. Wash Right handles it every time. With powerful cleaning, spot-free finishes, and a shine that shows up whether it's game day or a travel day. No shortcuts, no missed spots, just a clean ride that's ready for the next stop. Because when you represent a team, you represent a city. And showing up clean matters. Wash Right is fast, reliable, built for everyday drivers, and trusted by the Miners. When the Miners need their ride game ready, they roll through Wash Right. You should too. Wash Right Car Wash. Use the car wash the Miners use.
You have ambitions, and RE/MAX Commercial could help you achieve them. As part of the trusted RE/MAX brand, we know what it takes to build a lasting business. For you, that might mean office space, a retail property, or undeveloped land anywhere in the world. For us, there's no such thing as too specialized or too far. So whatever your portfolio needs, our brokers have solutions to satisfy. RE/MAX Commercial. Expand with expertise.
When it's time for your next step, before the sign goes in the yard, you need a partner you can trust, an agent who listens first, then leads with expertise, who knows the neighborhoods, and has the connections. A RE/MAX agent makes your home stand out. With listings built to stop the scroll. On social media, they create engaging posts and video content, inspiring the next homeowner to take a closer look. And with a presence in more than 100 countries and territories, RE/MAX agents have access to more buyers in more places. From guided showings to pricing and negotiation, a RE/MAX agent brings care and skill to everything they do. So when it's time to sell, trust your home to a RE/MAX agent.
Every team has a routine. The game day grind, the travel, the details that keep everything running smooth. And when it comes to staying clean, there's only one place this crew trusts. This is Wash Right Car Wash, the car wash the miners use. From the players up front to the mascot in the back, this van has seen it all. Road dust, rain, mud, late nights, long drives. Wash Right handles it every time. With powerful cleaning, spot-free finishes, and a shine that shows up whether it's game day or a travel day. No shortcuts, no missed spots, just a clean ride that's ready for the next stop. Because when you represent a team, you represent a city. And showing up clean matters. Wash Right is fast, reliable, built for everyday drivers, and trusted by the miners. When the miners need their ride game ready, they roll through Wash Right. You should too. Wash Right Car Wash. Use the car wash the miners use.
You have ambitions, and RE/MAX Commercial could help you achieve them. As part of the trusted RE/MAX brand, we know what it takes to build a lasting business. For you, that might mean office space, a retail property, or undeveloped land anywhere in the world. For us, there's no such thing as too specialized or too far. So whatever your portfolio needs, our brokers have solutions to satisfy. RE/MAX Commercial. Expand with expertise.
When it's time for your next step, before the sign goes in the yard, you need a partner you can trust, an agent who listens first, then leads with expertise, who knows the neighborhoods, and has the connections. A RE/MAX agent makes your home stand out. With listings built to stop the scroll. On social media, they create engaging posts and video content, inspiring the next homeowner to take a closer look. And with a presence in more than 100 countries and territories, RE/MAX agents have access to more buyers in more places. From guided showings to pricing and negotiation, a RE/MAX agent brings care and skill to everything they do. So when it's time to sell, trust your home to a RE/MAX agent.
Every team has a routine. The game day grind, the travel, the details that keep everything running smooth. And when it comes to staying clean, there's only one place this crew trusts. This is Wash Right Car Wash, the car wash the Miners use. From the players up front to the mascot in the back, this van has seen it all. Road dust, rain, mud, late nights, long drives. Wash Right handles it every time. With powerful cleaning, spot-free finishes, and a shine that shows up whether it's game day or a travel day. No shortcuts, no missed spots, just a clean ride that's...
And welcome back in for the second half here. The Miners leading 38-0. They kicked off to the War Eagles to begin this game. So we will be receiving here in the second half. Rainius Daramola back deep. So we'll see Frank Sneed, excuse me. Sorry about that. Looks like Frank is going to be the one that's going to kick off here. No wonder the War Eagles have been going for it on fourth down. I don't think they have a typical kicker.
Yeah, exactly.
But Sneed's doing it all out there tonight. Like I said, he
Yeah.
has a couple pass deflections, a few tackles.
He's been a great defensive back when they need him.
So I was curious who the Miners were going to put back there at the absence of Dante Mason, now playing up with Albany. It's going to be Rainius Daramola. Daramola gets behind a few defenders, gets spun down initially, gets back up to his feet. Ball popped out, but the Miners are able to get back on top of it, and they will get this return down to the 24-yard line. So not a bad to return there by Rainius Daramola.
A great return. I believe that's his first return of the game, and he read it well. He went right up the middle there. He noticed that his left and right were being overtaken. So a great read, and that is why they have a great starting field position here.
So Clark will come back in. And Hudson mentioned the good field position for the Miners in Eagles territory at the 24-yard line. First down and 10 for Wheeling. Colton Ryan playing offensive line now. He is the declared tight end. Now, Coach McKinney did say that he might potentially use Ryan there on the offensive line. Back to pass, and just over the outstretched arms of Isaiah Robinson as Clark not able to hook up with him. And it'll bring up a second down and 10 for the Miners from the War Eagles 24. I think Clark just got a little bit too excited. He saw Robinson wide open there and just let him a little bit too far. Daramola is over on the far side. Robinson here on the near side. Your motion man is Alex Coleman. Westbrook will be the sidecar off to the right. Here goes Clark. Back to pass. Looking over to Daramola, who makes the circus catch. And he will have a first down for the Miners at the 13-yard line in War Eagle territory.
A fantastic catch there. Able to really get some lateral movement and jump. And what I like there is Clark handled that pressure so well. Took his steps back, kept his cool, and didn't let it get to his head.
And then also doing a pretty nice job down there is Colton Ryan, who switched over to offensive line. Declared tight end over on the right side is Joe McLam, the newcomer here for the Miners, 6'3", 355 pounds. Here goes Coleman in motion. Clark rolling out to his left. Looking, has Coleman wide open in the end zone. He makes the catch. Touchdown, Miners! Alex Coleman, second of the night, and the Miners extend their lead to 44-0.
A great offensive play there from the Miners. If you saw, the War Eagles defense was not able to get their man on to the Miner there, and the thing was that route separated those War Eagles. They did not know where to go. He was open for a few seconds there before Clark finally saw him in the end zone. He was just standing there.
Well, there was a miscommunication out there because Sneed was the one that tried to come over and pick up Coleman, and then nobody left Daramola. He left him wide open, so 27 there had to go all the way over to try to cover Daramola, which left him wide open. And then Daramola, he hops into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. 12:09 to go in the third quarter. It's 46-0 Miners. You're listening to Wheeling Miners football. And welcome back inside West Banco Arena here. Jim Terry set to kick off here for Wheeling after Alex Coleman's second touchdown of the night. And then the rainiest Daramola 2-point conversion. Bring this back the other way is Bowman. Bowman able to get to the outside, down to the 20. The ball pops out at the end there. And we'll see you jump back on top of it. I think Jack Perry was the one that caused the fumble.
Yeah, he definitely got in there and just absolutely slobber knocked him. The War Eagles now, is that third or fourth fumble?
That's the third right there, yeah.
The Miners.
They've recovered all three of theirs.
Yeah. So no turnover there, but the Miners still able to just get those great rattling hits. And it's a testament to their special teams play too. The Miners have been able to really lock the returns down.
They really have. And that was the one thing that they struggled a little bit against Jersey, and even Pittsburgh had a few really nice returns against them. But you can see that's one thing that Coach McKinney has worked on is that coverage.
And the Miners did suffer a couple of return touchdowns. A couple weeks ago there.
There's a man in motion for Maryland. Bailey is going to be back. Cuts, makes the ball popped out. It's picked up by Dio DeSois. And Dio with a scoop and score. And the Miners back on the board here. It's 52-0. Third defensive touchdown of the night for the Miners.
That has been the story of this game, Chris, is the Miners defense. They just came into this game with a very solid game plan and a very, very solid way of exploiting this Maryland team, and that is getting in that backfield.
And that was the fifth sack of the night.
4 cuts.
4 cuts, yeah. Forces the fumble there. So it looks like so I don't know if we're going to have a conversation on this one or a review. See what the call will be here.
The previous play is under review.
So the previous play will be under review as they will head down. So it will be a timeout against Maryland as the touchdown will stand. Dio DeSois on the scoop and score. And the touchdown there for the Miners. Clark coming back in under center. Westbrook is the sidecar. Man going in motion is Robinson. Here's the pitch out to Westbrook, who gets the corner and lowers his shoulder and is in for the 2-point conversion. Charles Westbrook, and the flag's going to come out there because Westbrook chucked the ball into the stands.
And that was the same exact pitch that scored on the last 2-point conversion. Yeah, Maryland just really struggling getting past the Miners blocking.
So we will have the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on Westbrook. And Jim Terry will set to kick off here. Miners leading 54-0.
Miners have been chucking a lot of balls.
Yeah.
That wasn't just his. A lot of celebration.
I was trying to do the math here. I mean, yeah, 3 defensive scores, 5 offensive scores. That's pretty impressive.
It's just been the way I'm looking at it, the Miners defense is really the MVP of this game so far.
I agree. I mean, it's just the total team effort out there. Jim Terry messing with the official down there and said, hey, I'm kicking off from down here, not down there this time. Jim Terry and the official share a chuckle there. 11:06 to go here in the third quarter. So who has the assignment of blocking Raymond Cuts? I don't think I would want that assignment.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's like blocking a velociraptor out there.
5 sacks on the night, 4 cuts. Here's the kick by Jim Terry. And it's going to be received back there by Bowman, who is going to be spun down to the ground. But this time, he was down. Anybody want to take a guess who made the cut or made the tackle?
I think you mentioned it right there. I think it was Cuts.
Cuts coming all the way down.
Is that Raymond's 10th tackle this game?
Yeah, it's 10 now.
Reaching the double-digit mark is Raymond. And right there, folks, he has been a special player for this Miners team.
So we're going to see a few more. Keller Papillon coming into the game as well for Wheeling. He'll come in back in that Mac position. Or no, I'm sorry. He will be the Jack, is Keller Papillon. Right next to, I don't know if they went to school together, but they are graduates of the same school. That's Andy Plowden and Keller Papillon, both Peel University products, Division III program, just a few hours up the road. First down and 10 for the War Eagles. They do have another quarterback on the roster. That's Jay Hall. But they are going to stick with Bailey, which, I mean, you can't really blame Bailey. It hasn't necessarily been on him. Here's the pitch to the outside. McManus on the carry this time. Keller Papillon makes the initial stop. That will be an illegal procedure because, well, Hudson and arena football, you can't do that.
And I'm going to mention him again here. Okay. Raymond Cuts again, getting in the backfield. That O-lineman, that is number 50. I think it's, number 56 down there. Cannot stop Cuts.
He's just absolutely dominating.
And Cuts actually kind of overshot that run there. That's the reason why McManus was able to get through a little bit.
That's Rudy Mialis that he's been working on. I mean, Mialis is not a small guy down there.
No.
It's just the speed and strength of Cuts.
No, yeah. That's what you're starting to see on a lot of D-lines. Instead of these big guys, it's a lot of lean, mean fighting machines.
I do want to get back to that point after this play. Here comes Cuts again, just going right up the middle. And another free shot on Bailey, but the pass falls incomplete. And that'll bring up a second down and long for the War Eagles. But you mentioned that, I mean, because, yeah, even in college football, if somebody wasn't tipping the scales at 280, 270, more likely you were looking at being a linebacker. Now you have some of these DNs that are tipping the scales only at 240, 250, which was your typical middle linebacker size back in the day.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense to me. I like the way that it's going towards a more faster style of line. And even in the NFL level, it's up to there.
Yeah, that's been one of the, I mean, yeah, at the NFL level, you still see a few guys tipping the scales at 270 that are DNs, but they have the speed of of defensive backs out there. Here's another opportunity and a sack and a safety into the end zone. And I'm going to say it, 6th sack of the night for Raymond Cutts, 11th tackle. See what the call's going to be here, though. As a legal formation, so this safety's going to stand 56-0 in favor of the Miners. After the safety there, and Cutts, Hudson, just coming in untouched there, straight up the middle. There was a miscommunication. They're actually talking about it there. I think they wanted the running back over to help Mialis down there, or Mialis, excuse me.
To block. Yeah.
And then Cutts just went right in there untouched. And this is the media timeout. So we will go ahead and step aside. 56-0 after the safety. You're listening to Wheeling Miners football. $56-0 in favor of Wheeling. I mean, I guess you can't call that a defensive touchdown, but 3 defensive touchdowns and a safety right now. There's not much you can complain about with that.
Yeah, that really goes to show you the defensive dominance for the Miners here. The War Eagles still staying solid, though.
I mean, like I said,
it's the 56.
I mean, it's almost, I don't know. I mean, like I said, 5-4 with the offense and the defense right now, if you will.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Here goes Isaiah Robinson, was tripped up by his own teammate. Robinson able to get the handle back, and he will be brought down. We have one flag I saw fly out there. There it is, all the way back by the 15. So we'll get the call from the officials.
Yeah,
but we do have the flag out there.
You mentioned Robinson getting.
So it is going to be a holding. So the ball should be about the Miners 7. But you were saying about Isaiah Robinson on the return.
Yeah, you mentioned he got tripped up there by Theo Dessois. And I like Dessois' aggression there to stay in the play, because even though he got tripped up, he's still running right behind Robinson, looking for those blocks. And that's kind of the thing with the Miners as well on their return, the tenacity to stay with your men and really group up and push those blocks deep.
Oh, absolutely, indeed. And that's another thing that with Theo Dessois, you were mentioning, like, just how versatile he is. I mean, he was a former Defensive 2 Player of the Year on defense. And then, but he has the speed. We saw it on the scoop and score down here when he got the defensive touchdown. Just an all-around great athlete. Clark coming back in under center. Robinson will be the motion man for Wheeling. Clark, he wants to go down deep. He has Coleman, and can Coleman get the hat trick on the night? He turns, makes a spin, and he'll be brought down at the 10-yard line. Alex Coleman, though, he'll be denied his third touchdown of the night. He will have the first down into War Eagle territory, down to the 10. And I tell you what, though, Hudson, Frank Snead is doing everything he can down there on defense for the War Eagles. He bodied up on Robinson there but Robinson got his feet going, and it was up to Clark. Who did he want to hit? Was it Robinson or Coleman? Because they were both wide open.
Yeah, that was a beautifully devised play there and great route running, just like all game from these Miners here.
Robinson is check that. It's Coleman's the motion man. Daramola here on the near side. Robinson over the far side. Here's the pass to Daramola. Daramola has the 2-point conversion tonight. He will be dumped down inside the 5, and that'll bring up a 2nd down and goal for the Miners. Making the stop there, Frank Sneed once again.
And your motion man there did a good job at kind of slowing down the Maryland defense there. It was almost as if that plan is devised to have that block for the motion man to be the blocker there.
Yeah, it really is. And just a lot of smoke and mirrors in this game, too, compared to the outdoor game, especially with the one receiver in motion. Trips over to the far side. Robinson. Coleman is your motion man. Here's the handoff. Charles Westbrook looking for his 2nd touchdown of the season. He'll be brought down at the 1-yard line. Making the stop there for Maryland was number 34, Philly Cottrell.
Yeah, I'll say this. The War Eagles have been doing a good job on the goal line, holding them. I think that was a really good way to just collapse on to the center there and a good read on the run.
Clark comes back in under center. He has Westbrook behind him, and we're going to do the tush push as Clark gets into the end zone. He has his 2nd rushing touchdown of the night, does the former Penn Stater, and it is now 62-0 in favor of the Miners. Extra point pending.
The ever controversial tush push making its appearance here. And what do you think about it, Chris?
I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, hey,
You're a fan?
I like brawn on brawn, smash mouth football, strength on strength. I love it.
And when you have the Miners line, like, you know, they've been getting these blocks all game, so you know they're ready for that tush push.
Jim Terry into attempt to put Alex Coleman hold. Here's the snap. It's a good one. It's down, and Terry. could do it all.
Yeah, I love the versatility in all of the arena football players. They're all just jacks of all trades. Being able to flip from offense and defense is very special. Very special.
Yeah, I think just with the offsetting penalties and just with the emotions of the last play, I think they're going to give Jim Terry the rest here and let A.J. Bowen go ahead and kick this one. Very impressive tackle, though, by Jim Terry. So Bowen set to kick off here for Wheeling. Like I said, he's got a boot on him, too. And it'll be brought back here by Gruden. And this time Gruden is going to be upended. Sean McGee making the stop there for Wheeling.
Yeah,
we have a couple Maryland players shaken up here, so let's go ahead and pause real quick on that. Hopefully it's nothing serious. Gruden was the returner. He got back up on his own power, but we do have another injured War Eagle down there. But Hudson, what were you seeing there on that last kickoff?
So what I was going to say there was Gruden, a great return again, just going straight up the middle, and he almost broke it off. The thing with the Miners is on these returns, they are favoring the center. And that was almost to their detriment there because, as you saw, the Miner just barely clipped Gruden there because he was taking it to the outside. And the Miners are so focused on going inside. And so that could have gone either way.
Oh, okay. And all right, fans, while we have an injury timeout here, let's flip one to the break. 63-0, 5:26 to go in the third quarter. And the injured War Eagle able to get up on his own power. We just had a number on that one, no name. That was number 2. We apologize, folks. But it'll be first down and 10 for the War Eagles after all that fun. Ball is on their own 18-yard line. Jack Perry, Dio DeSois, Sean McGee. I have a feeling, oh, all right. There's a pitch to the outside here, and that's going to be Bowman, and he will be brought down there by Dio DeSois. Now, that time I thought for sure that the MAC linebacker didn't declare.
Yeah, he definitely didn't there. And the other thing I was going to say there, it's interesting that the War Eagles decided to go with the run there, but they did a little variation. They pitched it to the outside, and as you saw, the Jack linebacker just went straight in and wasn't able to confirm it. And unfortunately, the War Eagle running back ran right into the back of his own man, though. Couldn't get any further.
Second down and 4 after a gain of 6 here for the War Eagles. Bad snap, and the pass is going to be complete. And getting some room here down the middle is Cottrell, and he will be tripped, or Crandall, rather. That was Crandall. And he will have the first down for the War Eagles inside the 10-yard line.
I like that play from the War Eagles there. A great way to throw off your back foot there from Bailey. And another thing to mention, too, is a great read on knowing where your blockers are at. He only got downfield that little extra 5-10 more yards because he knew that he had that man blocking.
So we have the 30-second timeout here for the Miners. We'll go ahead and keep it right here. But Hudson, that was just a great pass down the middle there by Kadeem Bailey to find his favorite target all night in J.D. Crandall.
Yeah, Crandall has been a real bright spot on this offense here for the Maryland War Eagles. And the other thing I like about Crandall too is he can play multiple positions. A lot of versatility out of a lot of these players.
Yeah, he had played a little bit in the defensive backfield tonight. As Frank Sneed, we mentioned him, defensive back and running back. And then Danny McManus was the other one that was playing running back, and he was lined up in the MAC linebacker position. So Jack Perry, Dio DeSois, Sean McGee are your D linemen. Cam Dixon, Andy Plowden are your linebackers. JT Taylor, Hargrove, and Isaiah Robinson are your defensive backs. And breaking that one up there is Malik Hargrove. Third pass deflection of the night for Hargrove.
Yeah. The Wheeling Miner there, Papillon, did a great job as that deep safety, blocking both open men there and forcing Bailey to throw into two men. A great pass coverage here from the Miners, Chris.
And that's the thing. That's just that veteran leadership there of Hargrove. You know, he's coming in. He's playing his first game with the Miners, but he's somebody with arena experience. And the War Eagles are going to have to burn another timeout. So each team burning a timeout here in the third quarter. And once again, we'll go ahead and step aside here on this one. You're listening to Wheeling Miners football. And welcome back here. A second down and goal for the War Eagles. Actually, shouldn't that be a first down? I didn't think we played another down. Oh, yeah, we did play the one. That's right. And then, there was the declared tight end that was looking for that one. But also looking in for his third interception of the night was Javon Johnson.
And kind of a risky play to send a tight end deep there, but almost got away with it there. That was a great pass right in the breadbasket. Jeez, I'm fumbling my words here, but
yeah, you let Sean McGee have a free shot at the quarterback there.
Yeah,
that's a scary situation. So Myron Mounds, JT Taylor, and Malik Hargrove are your defensive backs out there for Wheeling. Andy Plowden, Cam Dixon. In the middle, Jack Perry, Dio DeSois, and Sean McGee. Dixon is your MAC. Here goes Bailey on this third down play. It's a good snap. Here comes the pressure from Perry. Bailey stepping forward, looking over, and threw it into a sea of gray. Intended receiver was Keon Singleton.
Chris, Bailey had Crandall wide open in that end zone right there.
Just couldn't hit him. So it'll be fourth down upcoming for the Miners. Yeah, you had the Mac, or excuse me, not the Mac, the Jack back there in Plowden. And then you had Mounds. I think Hargrove was in the vicinity too. You had about four Miners. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Hargrove was on the coverage. So sidecar off to the right. Oh, man, McGee jumped the snap there. Bailey throws it into no man's land. And did JT Taylor come up with that interception?
I don't know. What's the ruling on that?
It's an interception. It is an interception. Okay, so JT Taylor hung on to that one. Yeah, it's JT's fourth interception of the year.
Yeah, Taylor able to read the receiver's cut and jump right in front of that ball. And able to keep it despite his elbows being crunched, basically.
JT Taylor, what a story he is. Led the Miners to the regular season finale victory last year over the Columbus Lions in the quarterback position. and then now has 4 interceptions as a defensive back. Columbus Lions will make their visit here to West Banco Arena. Battle of the top 2 teams in the AAL. Clark coming in under center. As Westbrook, the sidecar off to his left. The man going in motion is Tylen Oden. Clark back to pass, gets a few nice blocks. Looking downfield, wide open is Oden, and he drops the pass. Oden, not typically a wide receiver. He is typically a quarterback and was wide open and unfortunately dropped that ball, which would have been a for sure touchdown.
Oden, obviously the motion man there, and you see that speed. Just able to break right through and beating number 24 there, Frank Sneed. And that's not an easy challenge there.
Absolutely not. So the Miners are going to walk off the field here and put those 4s up. 63-0 in favor of Wheeling. You're listening to Wheeling Miners football. And we're back here at West Banco Arena to begin the 4th quarter. The Miners a commanding 63-0 lead over the War Eagles. Rainius Daramola in motion. Alex Coleman tried to make the one-handed grab. I was going to say, we had so much movement down there. There had to be a flag somewhere.
Yeah, it was
I was going to say, this is either an offsides or a false start, but there was a lot of weird movement that you're not supposed to do in football.
Yeah, very obvious false start there. I'm not going to rat him out. I'm pretty sure everybody saw it.
Oh.
Yep.
All right. So it's going to be on the defense there. And it will be a first down. I was going to say, with all the movement there, I was like, there had to have been some sort of call. So it'll be first down and 10. We need to move the sticks there, boys. You can't have a first down and 1. There we go. Ball will be on the 15-yard line. First down and 10 for Wheeling. Daramola and Coleman. And then Oden is back in that motion. Once again, just trying to get used to that wide receiver position. Not once again, was a quarterback before. Coleman back to pass, or check that. Clark back to pass. This time he launches it way too far over the head of Oden. And we had a War Eagle that went all the way over the wall, but he is no worse for the wear. Although I think he landed on his head trying to jump back in. As number 7, Jay Hall, just throws his hands up to the crowd like, hey, my bad, everybody.
And
I like it.
You mentioned Oden is new to the wide receiver position, but he is perfectly built to be a wide receiver.
6 foot is he listed at 6'5".
In a very
190.
very speedy.
Yeah, 6'5", 190. Definitely not the tallest wide receiver we've seen in here. I'll get back to that in a minute after this play. Rainius Daramola back to pass. Clark looking over, passes complete to Alex Coleman, and he will be brought down by Frank Sneed, but we have some more laundry coming in. We'll get the call here from the official, and then we'll kind of go in to the story about the really tall wide receiver that we actually just saw last year. All right, it's going to be on the War Eagles, but we haven't got the call because the ball got moved up to the Miners 19. So it's legal defense. So it'll be a 5-yard penalty. It'll be second down. We'll have to get back to that story in one more second. Keep getting interrupted here by good football, which I'm not complaining about there, Mr. Hudson.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with that.
Isaiah Robinson going in motion here for the Miners. Here's the handoff on the delay to Westbrook. Westbrook gets to the outside, gets a nice block. Westbrook's off to the races. Touchdown, Miners! Charles Westbrook. But I think we have a flag again on the play.
Man, before this play is completely negated, I do want to give my credit to Alex Coleman there. A fantastic block. Just coming up from the deeper side of the field to lay the block and give his boy all that space.
Unfortunately, Rainius Daramola got a little bit too much jersey on that one. It will be a holding call, but it's a spot foul, which will be right at midfield. It will still be a first down for the Miners, but it negates that touchdown. But we were talking about really tall wide receivers. Bizette Woodley in the home opener last year, standing at 6'7" for the Colorado Spartans. And at one point, he was actually leading the entire league this season in the NAL in receiving yards.
Wow.
So we got to see him last year.
A 6'7", almost like a Calvin Johnson archetype there.
Yeah, Bizette Woodley, a name you're going to hear a lot in arena football. I don't know if last season was his rookie year or not.
Definitely am excited to see that.
Oh, he was so tall. We have one receiver that is not covered on the outside right now. Pass is complete to Isaiah Robinson, who tried to turn the field. You had Daramola and Coleman on the other side. You had nobody on him. But I think Maryland kind of stuffed that play and knew it was going to be a screen to Robinson the whole time because they didn't even bother to go over and cover Daramola.
Yeah, Maryland definitely read their books on that play, able to just get 4 men over there and just collapse. But a great offensive play there, able to stay up despite being collapsed on like that.
Brings up a second down and 8 for Wheeling. Ball is on the Maryland 23-yard line. Robinson and Daramola are your stationary receivers in this trips formation. Alex Coleman, the motion man, 2 touchdowns on the night. Would love to get a third. Clark, plenty of time. Pump fakes. Clark moves around one defender. Clark stands his ground, launches one towards the end zone, and under through Alex Coleman. But Clark had all kinds of pressure in his face. But Hudson, what about the patience there from Darryl Clark?
No, Clark, he waited all day for his man to get open, and he found it. I like the plays there. The receiver knows that this play is going to go on for a continuous amount of time, so try to make myself as open as possible. And, that definitely that route was not drawn up that way. I can tell you that.
But I'll tell you, the way that he was able to adjust, he took the hit there, but got a decent pass off where only Alex Coleman was going to be the only one that could have got to that. There was no way that ball was getting intercepted there. Clark coming back in under center, takes a 3-step drop, looking, curl route towards the middle is complete to Coleman, and he will have the first down. We're going to have a hold again on the Miners, though, so this one's going to come back. Guilty party will be the newcomer in Joe McLam. Now, McLam's also somebody that he's very versatile that you were talking about. You weren't talking about him specifically, but a very versatile player, can play both the nose tackle and in the outside guard position.
That's hard to do. That is really hard. Swapping positions on the O-line, not a lot of people realize how hard that is because you're going from pushing into pulling, and you're setting up in a completely different way as well. So
Yeah, we had that. Zay Lewis is another one that was very versatile with that. He was an offensive lineman all through college and then gets to the pro game and pretty much turns into a D lineman. So first down, or check that, third down. I stand corrected, folks, after the call. It'll be third down and long for the Miners. Robinson, the speedster, will be the one in motion here. And then you have Coleman and Daramola. We'll see what the routes are here. They're going to send Robinson deep. He's not open, but Alex Coleman is open, and he will have the Miners first down. And I'll tell you what, much like on the Miners side of the defense, you might as well just call number 24 Frank Sneed's name for the War Eagles because he has another tackle down there for Maryland, but not after AC Coleman picks up the first down for the Miners on the Maryland 12-yard line.
Yeah, Sneed has definitely been the anchor on this defense. And what I like about this Miners passing game is they're doing a great job at spreading the Eagles out. You know, there's not a lot of Eagles sitting in the same place, which leads to interceptions.
Westbrook has done a great job back there, too, in the running back position.
Blocking.
Even when he hasn't run the ball, like the blocks that he has made out there tonight.
I agree. Yeah, Clark has had a bunch of time in his pocket.
Westbrook will line up to the left of Daryl Clark. Man going in motion here is Robinson. Stack formation on the far side. Looks like they're going to try to hit. Oh, Coleman was wide open on the screen, but Clark didn't see him. And Clark tried to throw the ball to his declared tight end. I mean, that was the declared tight end. Ooh, there is going to be the flag. That's what the officials are discussing, but I'm pretty sure McLam. I thought McLam was the declared tight end there. It might have been Colton Ryan. So we'll see after the officials get together here what the call might be.
I think it was Ryan.
You have an injured War Eagle player on the field. Down there is number 34, Philly Cottrell. So let's go ahead and step aside real quick, and we will get the call when we get back. You're listening to Wheeling Miners Football. And we're back here as Philly Cottrell able to get up with the help of the training staff, but then walking off the field on his own power. So you love to see that. And it is going to be an intentional grounding against the Miners at the 16-yard line because Joe McLam was not the declared tight end on that one. It was Colton Ryan. That was explained to us by the official. So I do apologize. I thought for sure that McLam was the one that declared. Now I'm going to really keep my eye on who's the oh, okay. McLam was pointing out to the side. That's why he wasn't the declared tight end. I knew I saw his hand go out, but it went to the side. So here goes Coleman in motion. They're going to get it to Daramola on the outside. Daramola makes the cut at the 10, and he'll go into the end zone. Touchdown, Miners. Rainius Daramola. He gets his first on the board this evening, and the Miners take a 69-0 lead. And they're going to send A.J. Bowen out this time to attempt the extra point. Now, Hudson, like I said, Bowen is a kicker, but he is mainly used for kickoffs. When he plays for the Pittsburgh Outlaws, they normally go for two.
Yeah, Terry is still out.
No, he's right there. He's just watching. No, he signaled to Bowen like, hey, this is your kick.
Oh, I gotcha.
So first attempt of the season for A.J. Bowen as Justin Nelson has to get in there for the Miners. This will be out of the AC Coleman hold. There's the snap. Bowen's kick is up, and it's going to just go to the left. Like I said, not normally a kicker that gets it out of gets the hold there. And we do have a flag. So let's see. So it is an illegal defense. We're going to try this one again.
And Maryland was able to block one of these kicks.
Yeah, they are going to send the offense back out on the field for a 2-point conversion.
Yep. I wanted, before the kickoff happened, I wanted to discuss that previous play on that touchdown. Maryland is playing off of those under routes, and that's giving Aramola just so much space to really work his way around the field and find gaps to get the touchdown.
And that's the thing, the Miners offense has just been picking them apart, because even that play that where unfortunately Odin dropped the ball, I mean, that was a for sure touchdown.
Yeah. He had it wide open.
Maryland is respecting the deep routes right now.
Yeah, for sure.
So Westbrook will line up behind Clark. Stack formation here on the near side. That's Daramola and Coleman. Daramola is going to be the motion man. They're going to pitch it out to Westbrook. He's going to have to lower his shoulder. Yeah, I was going to say, he broke the plane underneath there. And the 2-point conversion is good. 71-0 in favor of the Miners. 6:16 to go here in the fourth quarter. You're listening to Wheeling Miners football. And we're back here. A.J. Bowen set to kick off. Attempted the other extra point.
Bowen's leg definitely warm now. Getting a few kicks.
He definitely launched that one pretty high up there.
Yeah, right. Literally right underneath the score. Jumbotron.
Yeah, like I said, Bowen, he did get to get a couple kicks when he was playing here for the Pittsburgh Outlaws. Another one, too. He's a straight-on kicker, which not your normal type of kicker. And here's a big hit down there by Hargrove. Now Bowen going in and making the stop. A.J. Bowen and Jim Terry both with a stop here on the night. And Hudson, you mentioned it. You like seeing getting the kickers involved, but A.J. Bowen just a Swiss Army knife out there. Defensive back, wide receiver, and kicker.
Able to do it all. And what I like about the War Eagles, on that play is their ability to stay up. You know, there was a ton of Miners just breaking right through that plane that the War Eagles had set for their kick, and he just went right around.
I was trying to make sure the Miners had enough players on the field. I don't think we do. There's only 7 out there, Coach. Nope, there's 8.
Yeah.
I didn't see JT Taylor hanging out over by the bench. Mind you, folks, I am blind. I'm old.
He does have 4 eyes.
Yeah, I do. I am so glad because I cannot see with 2. And Maryland Bailey going to the outside. It didn't even look like he got a good grip on the ball. And it'll be a second down, but I think Keller Papillon, he's going to be called for rushing the passer here. Crandall was on the reception. But Keller Papillon on the roughing the passer call. But we had another flag that came in late.
Yeah, I was wondering what that was, because Bailey obviously got rocked, but.
Well, that's why I said there's going to be a definite roughing the passer on Bailey, or on Keller Papillon. So there's the penalty on Papillon. And I
Is
think
that the only one?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think the side judge caught it at the same time.
Okay,
So
I
they must have thrown the flags at the same time. I just didn't see the second one. I thought it came out late.
So Maryland in very good position here, and let's see what they can do with just under 6 minutes remaining in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, they're on that far side of the 13. Bailey, back to pass, looking across the middle. Crandall with his 7th reception of the night. And Isaiah Robinson, as we mentioned, playing both sides of the ball. He gets a stop there along with Dio Dessois. So Robinson and Dessois teaming up for the tackle on that one.
I think it was actually KJ Bowman with that catch and Crandall with the block there.
Oh yeah, you might have been right. Yeah, I was going off of what our PA announcer said on that one. But nonetheless, either way,
They've done this play twice now.
yeah, Crandall has had himself a game. The snap, almost blocked there by Bailey, and the Miners snuff this one out right away as Sean McGee brings down Singleton. We have a flag on the play. I think this is another illegal defense.
Yeah.
Jack, I don't know. I got to see what this one is. Okay, so they called it on Cam Dixon, and all they called was the illegal defense.
Yeah.
I apologize, folks. I do not have the explanation on that
No,
one.
I did not see it as well.
I mean, usually they'll tell you like what the illegal defense is, whether it's the jack out of the box, whether it's the MAC not declaring. I mean, So
now second down.
and 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Maryland can get to the 4-yard line and have a first down. 4:19 to go, 71-0 in favor of the Miners. Here's the snap. Bailey back to pass, and that one was knocked away. I think Jack Perry got his hand on that one.
Man,
And it was Jack Perry.
Chris, if you're Kadeem, I mean, you gotta be scared out there.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, he's getting rid of the ball quick though.
Yeah.
It's been working.
Yeah, he's doing the correct thing there, getting it out as fast as possible. But like we've been saying all game, this Miners defense, just everybody, whether it be Raymond Cuts,
6 sacks on the night, 11 tackles, 4 cuts, and forced the fumble. That was the scoop and score by Dio Dessois. Bailey sending a man in motion. That's Singleton. Bailey gets some time, rolling out to his right. Bailey tried to launch it, and he will be knocked into the wall there by Dio Dessois. Short gain on the play. Really neat also, Hudson. I wanted to say this earlier. You have both Jack Perry and Javon Johnson out on the field at the same time. These were 2 guys that at one point led Wheeling University all time in tackles. Those 2 kind of went back and forth. They are definitely in the top 5 when it comes to tackles at Wheeling University, and getting to see these guys play pro. Now, Jack Perry, I had him and his younger brother, Charlie, who is now a tight end long snapper over at Wheeling University, had them guys all the way through their high school years at Buckeye Trail.
that's awesome. That is, and getting to play together again. I mean, that's gotta be so much fun out there.
Yeah, I think Johnson does have a little bit. There is a timeout here from Maryland. So that's why Hudson and I are explaining this right now. But yeah, I think they only crossed each other 1 year in college because there is a little bit of an age gap. Javon Johnson now in his 3rd year of pro, Jack Perry in his 1st year as pro. But Perry didn't play last year, which was his 1st year out of college. So, but just a monster down there. I don't know. They have Perry listed at 6'1", 215. I don't know about that one. I might give you a 6'2", 230. I don't know. I'll ask him after the game.
Well,
But, yeah. But it's just so cool, like just how everything comes full. I mean, Isaiah Robinson is another one that I didn't really get to cover him in high school, but I knew who he was when he was at Washington High. and then made his way to the West Liberty Hilltoppers.
You'd love to see that. Your previous guys that you've watched really come through the ranks.
And then getting to meet the new guys.
Yeah.
It's just unbelievable. So it's a 4th down upcoming here for the Eagles, possibly the last opportunity to get one into the end zone. And I think that was JT Taylor that knocked this one away from Crandall in a battle of 6s, and it was Taylor.
I think, was Crandall looking for maybe the passing interference there?
Oh, yeah, I think he definitely was.
I think so as well. He definitely got pushed.
And that was one thing, I saw about JT Taylor last year, Hudson. He wasn't somebody that got a ton of playing time right off the bat, but I could see him in special teams, and I saw him in practice, and I'm like, this kid has got talent. Just needs to learn the arena game. Well, he learned how to play quarterback in the arena game. He learned how to play defensive back in the arena game. JT Taylor is just becoming an all-around arena player.
Let me ask you this. Being a quarterback and a defensive back in this league, that's got to be an advantage when you're on defense.
I think so. I mean, yeah, you need to get into that defensive back position. You need to take snaps under center to truly feel things out on how comfortable you are. But I think it's a very good point. I was talking to a young man that he's still in college right now, which you could see him playing some arena or pro, Andrew Vera, who was a longtime quarterback and defensive back at St. Clairsville High School. I was talking to him, and I said, is it easier for you to be a quarterback and be a defensive back? And he said, yeah, the way that I could read defenses and all that. We're going to see our first look here at Tylen Oden, and Oden's going to take off, and he has a burst of speed and will be brought down at the 24-yard line, and we'll have a Miners first down. Now, Tylen Oden, Hudson, was another one that I was talking about, 6'5", 190 pounds, back in his more typical position, if you will, in that quarterback position, but another young man that's learning that wide receiver position at 6'5", 190.
And I like what they're doing with him. They're kind of keeping him unpredictable, either sending him really deep or leaving him open for essentially a little drop pass, because he's going to get a bunch of downhill speed with his size. And, yeah, I like what they're doing with him.
We have the 1 minute warning here, but we're going to go ahead and keep it right here because I want to keep this conversation going. But, I mean, and let's talk about this offensive line. I mean, you have somebody in Caden Berger out of Elmhurst, a rookie here, and he's really, settled in, and he's really become part of that Wheeling feeling. Justin Nelson is another one right out of Wheeling University. I had the pleasure of watching him. I mean, there's just so much talent here. And then you have all these experienced guys, especially a veteran like Darryl Clark, Alex Coleman, Daramola. I mean, the list just goes on and on with the balance of rookies and veterans here for this Minor squad.
Yeah, you have a really versatile team, and I think I'm gonna let. Oh wait, sorry, I thought that was the ref speaking. It's definitely helping the Miners having a good balance of just veterans and rookies. I think as a rookie player, having a veteran on your team makes you just more comfortable. It gives you drive as well.
And that's what I said. I think the O-line is probably the easiest. And I'm sure the O-linemen are probably looking at me right now like, did you just say that? But let me explain myself. Just in terms of blocking and stuff, I think it's the easiest transition from outdoor to indoor. I mean, the hardest, I think, has got to be quarterback. The way those guys are just, I think that's got to be the hardest adjustment. Oh, see, they kneeled the ball there. I thought in arena you had to advance the ball
for you to keep it, but
all right.
Wait, well, maybe the War Eagles just don't have any timeouts left.
Yeah, but usually you have to advance the ball for the clock to keep running. Normally you can't take a knee, so it might just be a new rule that I wasn't familiar with. I do apologize, folks, but yeah, the old arena rules, you had to advance the ball to stop the clock or to keep the clock moving. So it'll be 20 seconds to go, 71-0 in favor of the Miners.
And look at those push-ups there. Great form. Great form.
So once again, folks, the Miners, a 71-0 victory here over the Maryland War Eagles. And, I mean, Hudson, just a pure dominance here tonight. And like when you have a shutout in arena football, no matter what level. I mean, that is impressive. This Miners defense just completely
Shut them down.
dominated and then shut them down here tonight.
What I like about the Miners is they get things started off hot and they keep it rolling. There is not a lot that slows the Miners down. The War Eagles the War Eagles found a couple of chinks in the armor early on, but the Miners able to stay steady and just keep going.
Oh, absolutely, indeed. And the Miners, they did a great job here tonight. I mean, we talked about it right off the bat here, that there was 4 different scores from the defense. You had the safety. You had the 2 pick sixes from Javon Johnson, and then you had the scoop and score there by Dio Dessois. The defense making their presence felt here, and it shows with the goose egg on the scoreboard.
Definitely the story of this game, shutting them down. A player that I want to mention as my MVP of the game, I'm going to go Javon Johnson. I think Double J had an incredible game, and he was able to just play so versatile tonight, and that's what you like to see.
Especially a guy like Javon Johnson, who's in his 3rd year now of arena football, getting the 2 interceptions, the 2 pick sixes there. And then we got to give it to Raymond Cutts, too. 11 tackles, 6 sacks, the forced fumble there. Dio Dessois with the scoop and score as well. But Hudson, we have given some great accolades here to the offense, or to the defense rather. Let's flip back over to the offense here. Daryl Clark with 6 total touchdowns here tonight. Alex Coleman with 2 receiving touchdowns. Radius Daramola gets one into the end zone. Charles Westbrook, and then the rushing touchdowns there by Daryl Clark. Just an all-around team effort here tonight for the Miners.
And just all-around great blocking on the offense. The O-line staying solid the entire time. Great blocking from your running back as well, which is crucial in this league. As you saw, our Miners just going ham on the War Eagles because they could not get that final 4th blocker in their running back.
Yeah, and that's what it was here. The Miners just dominant from start to finish. But, folks, I can tell you with certainty that this game next week, June 13th, circle it on your calendar right now, the top 2 teams in the AAL, the Columbus Lions, making their visit here to West Banco Arena to take on the Wheeling Miners. Both teams are going to be riding some momentum coming into this game. The Lions picked up a big victory as well. So this is going to be a big game here. Hudson, final thoughts on tonight's game and then going into next week's game against Columbus.
What I want to say about tonight's game, I just think great job at carrying the momentum through the entire game. Going into next game is what I want to mention, though. Facing a competitive team, facing the second number 2 league in the team. This is the first time I feel like the Miners are really going to be running into some serious competition here. It's going to be interesting to see what happens.
And especially with Columbus picking up the victory earlier this season over the Miners, 44-42 down on their home turf. You know that the Miners wanted to defend the home turf after losing that first game. You know that they have had this game circled and they want the Columbus Lions. And this is just going to be a fantastic game of arena football. Speaking of fantastic game, completing his first game as a color commentator, Hudson Davis, I want to thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure. Caden and Jeff and their entire team here on the cameras, we want to thank those guys so much. And we want to thank you, the fans, for tuning in here tonight. Your final score, 71-0 in favor of the Wheeling Miners over the Maryland War Eagles. We'll be back at it next week, June 13th. We'll see you at 7 o'clock against the Columbus Lions. For Hudson Davis, I'm Chris Thoburn. You've been listening to Wheeling Miners Football.